Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me today. So we got a juice review to do today. We're going to be reviewing a few flavors by Halo. This is a juice company that I have heard a lot about and have never had the opportunity to try any of their juices yet. I've never ordered from them before, despite all the good stuff that I've heard from them or about them, just simply based on the fact that they are primarily a tobacco line of juices. All of their juices, to my knowledge anyways, from looking at their website, all use a tobacco base on their juices. And I don't necessarily consider myself a tobacco vapor. Now there are a very few select tobacco juices that I do vape, but I am extremely particular about how the tobacco has to taste in order for me to enjoy vaping them. So without ever having tried them before, it makes me a little hesitant to order from them because I don't want to waste my money ordering a tobacco juice, knowing how particular I am about tobacco vapes. So when they contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in doing a review of some of their juices, I was really looking forward to getting the juices and giving it a try, because I had heard so many people say some really good things about their juices before. So according to Halo, what makes their juices different from what you're going to encounter with a lot of juices, again, according to their website, is that all of their ingredients, all is flavors, PG, VG, nicotine, everything is all U.S. made, and it is all graded and tested, to higher standards than what your typical ingredients are, which, in theory should translate to a better product, which is, you'll notice on their labels here that they say Halo Purity on them. And that purity is, of course, based on their testing and everything. And I have to say, as a side note, Halo, I think, has probably my favorite logo of any of the juice vendors. It's a really neat logo. And as you can see on their larger bottles that you get, they come in the blue glass vials with the little dripper tip on them, which is neat. However, as kind of a side note for me is I'm not a big fan of these type of bottles because they're not very convenient for me as a dripper to carry these around. I don't like, I can't seem to ever get the juice from the dripper to my drip tip without making a mess. So it would be nice. I had another company that sent me some juice in a similar bottle that sent along some of these empty squeeze bottles, the little plastic squeeze bottles, and so I find myself transferring the juice out of the glass bottles and into the little plastic ones. It'd be nice if Halo did that as well. I'm not going to ding them necessarily on that. Some people really like the glass bottles, and certainly from a coolness standpoint, it is kind of cool. So the juices that I got from them, I got 3 different flavors from them. I got Midnight Apple, I got Malibu Menthol, and then I got a new one of theirs called HX3. So the one that we'll start with the Malibu Menthol. So the Malibu Menthol, again, like all their juices, uses a tobacco base, really sweet tobacco. On the Malibu Menthol, it is a very subtle tobacco. The taste that you definitely pick up more than anything else is the coconut on it. They describe it as a pina colada flavor to it. For me, it's really a coconut flavor. It's not like your fresh coconut taste to it. It really has that coconut taste that you would get from like a Malibu rum, that real sweet tobacco taste, which is nice. I do like it. And the tobacco on it is subtle enough that it blends very well together. The menthol on it is very light menthol. You really don't pick up much of a menthol at all. Out of the 3 juices, it is the lightest on throat hit as well. Out of the 3, it's probably the one that I've been vaping the most of. It's very nice, very clean flavors on all of these. So I was really impressed with how nicely they all did taste. Vapor production on them was all very similar, which I'll get to a little taste test here so you can see some vapor production on them when we get to it. So if you're liking a little, if you like the tobacco bases with some additional flavors on them, and coconut's kind of your thing, I think you really enjoy the Malibu Menthol. If you're getting it because of the menthol add to it, I would, bear in mind that you're really not going to pick up any menthol in the flavor at all. It would be nice actually to have a little bit stronger menthol in it. I did not unfortunately see anywhere on their website where you could add menthol to the flavors. I could be incorrect, but I didn't see a way to do it. So, that would be kind of cool if they would allow you to add menthol to their juices. So the second one we're going to talk about is HX3, which is a kind of a straight tobacco, and it had a really neat description when I was on their website, which I'm going to read to you, and you'll maybe understand a little bit as to why I decided to order this particular flavor. Their website describes HX3 as an intense new blend with a flavor unlike anything you've tasted before. With a balance of sweet dry tobacco and the slightest hint of menthol, this full-flavored e-liquid offers a great throat hit and excellent performance. HX3 takes vaping to the next level. So, I wanted to take vaping to the next level. So I did get the HX3, and again, the tobacco on it is a very light, very sweet tobacco, and it is really a very nutty flavor to it. But the tobacco taste itself is a very clean, mild flavor, which was good. As far as the menthol goes, again, I didn't pick up. I could not taste any menthol at all in the HX3. And I've had them for a couple of weeks now, letting them steep. I've tried them on a few different devices, and I'm not picking up any menthol at all. That doesn't detract for me from necessarily the flavor. I do like menthol, but that's kind of like putting whipped cream on ice cream. I will still eat ice cream without whipped cream. It's just kind of nice to have the whipped cream on it as well. And that's kind of how I view this particular flavor. The tobacco flavor on its own is very good. It would just be kind of nice to have a little bit more of a menthol taste to it. Now, out of the three, the HX3 had the strongest throat hit on it. As a matter of fact, the first time I vaped it, I was coughing like crazy because it hit me in the throat so hard. I was really not expecting it at all. So if you're a tobacco vapor and you like really strong throat hit, you'll probably really like the HX3 on it. And again, the vapor production is all very good. I'm going to take a quick puff on the HX3 so you can see the vapor production on it, and I'll do my best not to cough all over the recording here. So. It's good. I mean, it's a really good flavor. I don't vape it a lot since I've had it. It's probably the one that I've been vaping the least, just simply because it is a straight tobacco flavor. And I like a little bit more mix as far as a daily vape goes, as from my juices. But if I was looking, when I get into the mood for a straight tobacco taste, this really hits the spot very nicely. And on those days when you want a little bit more of a throat hit, it really is a very excellent throat hit. It comes off vaping very hot as well, which I'm just using a 18650 device with a 1.5 ohm atomizer on it, and as you can see, you're getting pretty decent vapor production on it. Now, they don't, on their website, they don't say what the PG-VG mix is on it. The juices are pretty thick, so I'm guessing it's a higher VG and lower PG level on it. Which is kind of interesting because the flavors do come off very well. They carry really nicely, which you would typically expect from a higher PG juice. And I don't know how they're getting the throat hit out of it either, because you typically get a little bit higher throat hit from PG again, and it's typically reduced with a higher VG level. And this stuff is really a fairly thick juice. So I really do think it's probably something like a 70-30 VG-PG, maybe even a little bit higher than that. But again, if you're looking for a good straight tobacco flavor, and you like that nice, sweet, kind of nutty tobacco, I would give the HX3 a try for sure. Um, so the other one that they sent me is the Midnight Apple. So the Midnight Apple again uses, as far as I can tell, the same tobacco base as what these others do. Now the tobacco flavor is a little bit stronger on the Midnight Apple than it is on the Malibu Menthol. I would say it is really primarily a tobacco flavor with just a slight hint of a granny apple taste, and it's blended very, very nicely. Neither one of them really overpowers the other. It's just a very nicely blended juice, and the throat hit is somewhere between the Malibu Menthol and the HX3. And I've been vaping the Midnight Apple actually quite a bit. Now, no menthol in this one, which again, I wish they'd allow you to add menthol to their juices, because in my opinion, a little menthol in the Midnight Apple would take it from a decent juice to a really good juice. I would really enjoy some menthol in this one. It's nice. I mean, it's really, really nice. Again, you really get the tobacco flavor out of it, and it's that really nice, sweet, kind of nutty tobacco with that real clean granny apple taste to it. And again, a little bit of menthol in that would really just kind of kick up the wow factor on it. And again, the granny apple, or the Midnight Apple, is the one that they sent me in the blue bottle, which I have since transferred over to one of the little plastic bottles to make it a little easier for me to drip. So, the prices on these, the 7 ml bottles run $5.99. The glass 30 ml bottles run $14.99. So the prices aren't extravagant by any means. I think they're pretty reasonable for as nice and clean of a juice as this is. So if you're looking for a real good tobacco vape and you want some options, you don't want just a straight tobacco, well, even if you want a straight tobacco, I would recommend checking them out. But the nice thing is because all of their juices have a tobacco base in them, and you just want a little variety with your tobacco vape, Halo probably has the best selection of tobacco vapes that I've seen around. And so you can really get, I mean, they've got mixes for all kinds of different flavors to add in with that tobacco. So, this is a company that I'm definitely going to put on my recommend list. It's a company that I will most likely order some additional juices from them. The price is decent. The juices are good. Really nice flavors out of them. You got a mix of throat hits available to you, a real nice mix of tobacco-based flavors available to them. Vapor production is really, really good out of them. And again, a super cool logo on it. And that's such a stupid little thing, but they really got a very neat logo. So, all the juices that I got from them, I'm going to give a thumbs up to. I was not disappointed with any of them. I would not say that I didn't enjoy any of them. I really enjoyed trying all three flavors. Probably my preference out of these is going to be the Malibu Menthol. If I decide, I'm going to wind up trying the adding some menthol into the Midnight Apple and see how that comes off. That I anticipate that'll kick up the throat hit a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit of testing there to get the balance right. But in general, the Midnight Apple is also a big win for me as well. So if you have any questions or comments about the juices, please put them down in the comment section. Love to hear from you guys. And a little side note is, I encourage y'all to come check me out. And now I've actually got a show on Vape TV on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That'll be the second and third and fourth Fridays of every month. The first Friday, of course, is reserved for Grim Green's show. on Vape TV. So it's called Lone Star Vaping with Mr. Sean 2399. I'd love to have y'all come and hang out with me and chit chat about juices and devices, and you know, try and have some pretty decent music playing, and you know, real good guys, real real fun place to come just hang out and you know, talk vapey stuff. Anytime on Vape TV is always a good time to hang out. So come see me again Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Vape TV. I'll put a link down in the description so you can come check us out. I appreciate y'all watching, and keep vaping.